Have you ever wondered how one people, with the same language, same blood, and same history, ended up locked in a 70-year standoff and are separated by the most dangerous border on Earth? For centuries, Korea was one unified nation. Then the 1800s hit, and every major empire wanted a piece of it. Japan, China, Russia, and the West were all circling. Korea didn't have enemies. It had something worse: geography. It was a small peninsula sitting between the world's biggest powers, with zero say in what happened next. Two massive wars were fought on Korean soil. Not by Koreans, but over them. First, China and Japan fought for control. Japan won. Then Russia tried to push back. To secure their grip, Japanese assassins murdered Korea's queen in her own palace. This sparked a second war between Russia and Japan. Japan won again. In the peace deal, the United States quietly handed Korea over to Japanese control. Nobody asked the Koreans. In 1910, Japan took over Korea completely. What followed was 35 years of systematic erasure. The Korean language was banned. History was rewritten. People were forced to take Japanese names. During World War II, hundreds of thousands were forced into labor camps in the military, forced to fight for the very empire that had stolen their freedom. When Japan surrendered in 1945, Koreans celebrated in the streets. 35 years of cruelty were finally over. Freedom was here. It wasn't. Within days, the US and the Soviet Union divided Korea between themselves. A line was drawn across the middle at the 38th parallel. They called it temporary. It wasn't. In the South, the US set up a government. In the North, the Soviets installed a young leader named Kim Il-sung. In 1950, the North invaded the South. The war lasted 3 years and killed over 3 million people. When the fighting stopped in 1953, the UN tried to hold elections to reunite the country, but the Soviets blocked it. That temporary line became a permanent wall. The real tragedy is the families. People separated in 1953 grew old and died without ever seeing their parents or siblings again. They lived only miles apart, but they were trapped on opposite sides of a fence. 70 years later, the world has moved on. But for Korea, they are still stuck in the past. Subscribe for more rare history.